Only good player, me. Everyone else in this game, dog shit. Entire enemy team, fucking trash. My entire team, fucking trash. Doesn't matter how garbage the Nunu is, he hasn't done anything special whatsoever. He just snowballs. That's it. That's all he does. Snowball.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I have a pretty funny video for you today. We have a streamer who gets a little heated. I don't think they appreciate Nunu ganks or Nunu as a champion, and the streamer is this Rengar player. He doesn't have a lot of nice things to say this game, but I just want to take you guys through my thought process of playing AP Nunu with Ignite. I've been playing it a lot recently and been winning the vast majority of my games with it. It's currently my favorite champion and favorite pick for carrying games in high elo with. I think Ignite is worth it because then you don't have to optimize into something like Morello for a heal cut. You can have that juicy 60% heal cut on Ignite, and the true damage it provides, it's point and click. You can't miss it. This game was kind of weird. It turned really scrappy mid lane with Morgana landing a snare and Rakan going in. We didn't get much out of it. I saw an opportunity though to maybe mess with them and throw off their mental, so I looked for an opportunity to Ignite. I thought it would be really good to give Yasuo a head in lane since Kennen was already missing a huge chunk of HP and he doesn't have time to back to get the lane on time.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna let him back. He's gonna be pissed. I think he's just gonna back. That's kind of funny. He actually backed. Oh wait, he didn't back, he just used his potion. That's freaking hilarious.
A lot of the time when you take fighter summoner spells, you can have problems trying to get value out of them because in ganks you won't necessarily need them because you have more damage than you already need. So in this case, I figured I'd give Yasuo a lot of value by stopping Kennen's back and forcing Kennen into a tough lane with low HP and no potion. On Nunu, I don't really like to do necessarily wolves anymore in the first clear. Just doing red buff into wraps is extremely fast, and then you can go straight into Gromp. As long as you start your W not too soon, you can still get it there from max distance, which will give us the level 3 off of just 3 camps, which is where Nunu shines. Once he has all 3 abilities, he has great damage, great CC, and decent mobility. Since Kennen is behind, I figured I'd try to gank him, try to camp him, and get this Yasuo rolling since he's a bit of our win con. Plus, Wukong's already died solo, so I'm not too interested in ganking that. Whenever you're going in for the ganks, it's really important you touch the water first because it will maintain the extra movement speed throughout the duration of your W. So we get into the river, we activate W, we come all the way up behind Kennen. We land a juicy one, and since we're AP with Dark Harvest, it does a lot more damage than me or Yasuo expected. Yasuo ends up following it up and pinching the kill and gets a way off of it. It's really great to get him that much farther ahead, and Kennen's gonna lose a wave off of this and even cannon. The beauty of the 3 camp clear on Nunu is you have time to do a gank or 2 before Scuttle spawns in, and this will give you the prio to guaranteed take the Scuttle, because Nunu isn't the best at 1v1s in the early game. If the enemy jungler did show up and you don't have lane prio, there's a good chance they can actually push you off of it. I suppose Hakram figured that, so he went straight for the top gank. Now Wukong has 2 devs. I know I probably can't kill Rengar, but I want to get some damage on him. I see Yasuo is rotating over here, so I'll try to scrap it out and fight it out. Hakram should be low on health because he took a turret shot or 2. So Yasuo ends up scrapping with him. I'm just trying to get away from Rengar at this point and get him to chase me. So I'm walking around, moving on the Scuttle Crab. I'm trying to play around my Q heal. The lower you are on health, the more it does heal you on Nunu. Kennen is now missing, so this is going to turn into a 2v2. I'm actually hoping they come for us because I can just smite the blue buff. Whenever Rengar goes in here, I should try to body block better for Yasuo, or Yasuo should have windwalled sooner because Kennen got in a Q and an empowered auto. If he didn't get that, we would have killed Rengar for free. All in all, that was pretty good though because we got the Hecarim and Rengar, which is pretty solid for just sacrificing the Yasuo. I speed off of the Scuttle Crab with my W. We land a solid chunk of damage. Even if we take a turret shot or 2, it doesn't matter because we have high sustain. Once you've made your mark on a lane, if you still have Scuttle speed up, it's good to reuse it. Hecarim is ganking Yasuo, so I come in again with my W, land the knock up, land multiple E's, and then I try to start blocking for the Yasuo so Kennen can't auto him. And on AP Nunu, you can actually secure kills a lot better because of your Dark Harvest stacks. Then we pick up the kill on Kennen.
Oh, I love AP Nunu, dude. I love AP Nunu so much. AP Nunu is so much fun. I gotta play more AP Nunu jungle. Tank Nunu jungle is good, but you put yourself in a lot of situations where you can't quite pinch a kill.
At this point in the game, we have 5 out of 8 KP, which is really good. As a jungler, you always want to try to have more than 50%. That ensures you are carrying more than your own weight and you're having a very high impact in the game, influencing the lanes. That's one thing I really like about Nunu is it forces you to gank more. If you play really power farm heavy junglers like Karthus and Evelynn, a lot of the times you'll end up not ganking as much as you should, just since they can clear easier. Make sure you use your W's to move around throughout your jungle. Ideally, whatever camp you're going to, you want to get to it right as your W's ending to maximize your extra movement speed. So at this point in the game, I started to realize who the Rengar top was.
I think this is 𝐒𝐿. He's like the only one who's good at Rengar top in this elo. This is the type of name he would have too.
If you've never played against a Rengar top before, especially if you are on a champion who cannot negate his auto attacks or the AoE on his W, it's very challenging, and those type of players will generally lose to Rengar tops really hard, die over and over, which is what we're running into right now. Lucky for us, Nunu plays really well in the Rengar with his slows, his snare. You can generally pin him down. We hit level 6, we have our R now. We have to be careful when we use it. We don't get off a very good R because he jumps to a minion, but at least we landed some of the damage. We do our best to stay on top of him, use our E, hit him with Q, and finish him off. I opted for the Sorc shoes this game. I feel like they play a lot better with AP Nunu. Even if they are pricier, as long as your ganks are working, it's definitely worth it. I see some action going on bot lane, so we get up a full girth snowball and round the corner. We have the damage to pick up the kill on the 𝐒𝐿𝐿, then we move in for the 2 low HP laners. My abilities are on cooldown, but I'm full HP and I have Ignite, so I'm not too worried. The only thing that will suck is if Morgana dies and gives Triss resets.
Got him. That's why I took Ignite. I wanted to have a little bit of extra damage.
We take Dragon after the successful gank, and Rengar kills our top laner again, so I figure he's going to push in for turret, herald, or my jungle, so I immediately fold over to top side. This is probably my biggest mistake of the game, is overestimating our damage output here. We land the knockup on Rengar, and I didn't feel like I needed to R. I thought we could just kill him, but Rengar is shockingly tanky, and this is going to come back to bite us. I get off a quick R on the cannon for a little bit of damage in the shield it provides. 𝐒𝐿𝐿 comes in with the Rengar, and my Q doesn't go off.
My Q didn't go off.
I think what happened is 𝐒𝐿𝐿 broke vision as my Q was close to finishing, so the ability never technically finished. In the end though, we got the cannon and the Rengar, and I'm the only one who died, so it wasn't a big deal. I've been testing out Everfrost and Rocket Belt on AP Nunu jungle. I find I like Rocket Belt more if the enemies have more ranged champs that I struggle to stay on top of and I need a close distance against. It helps a lot with landing your E's. If the enemy team is kind of melee heavy, like they are this game with the Rakan, they also have the short range cannon R's and the Rengar and 𝐒𝐿𝐿. That's why I went more for the Everfrost. I still the Herald, but 𝐒𝐿𝐿 kills me. I still think it's probably worth for us to get the Herald though in that case, because 𝐒𝐿𝐿 had to burn his R and they collapsed. Unfortunately, Yasuo did die there. I don't bother ganking bot much since Triss jump can counter Nunu snowball really hard. If she times it properly, you can't really knock her up. Plus they have the Rakan who's mobile and can jump to her, so I focus mainly on the mid and top. Rengar shoved up like Rengar top mains always do, that way they can keep their grasp ready or their fleet procced. He goes in on the Wukong, we land the snowball into EQ, and Wukong gets the kill. I think it would actually be better if I was getting the gold, since this Wukong doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing, but it is what it is.
So we went from here all the way up here. Very nice, very nice.
This gank was a huge deal, even though Rengar has been soloing the Wukong. After this successful gank, we are able to get first turret and the rest of these plates, plus another Herald body slam. So even though Wukong did lose the matchup, he's basically one lane at this point because he can roam, he doesn't really have to come back, and he's might even be ahead in gold. I know the enemies are nearby, so I cancel my W and just let it roll off into the distance. It doesn't hit anybody, but we also don't put ourselves in a bad situation. The enemies over engage after I miss it, and they don't necessarily have their flashes because we've been blowing those in ganks. Rengar jumps in, so we knock him up and land a full R on him.
Oh, I got you right where I want you, buddy. Yeah, you can't move. I love Nunu, dude. And you get him in that full R. He had no flash from last time. We've already gotten Rengar's flash. We've gotten Kennen's flash.
After the successful fight, we look to take the nearest objective. In this case, it's Dragon, and then I want to take 𝐒𝐿𝐿's blue buff while they're still spawning in. He's really fast, so he gets on top of me. I'm gonna bait him over to my team. He's doing a lot of damage, and I don't have my R, so I can't really fight him, and I'm not even full item yet because I'm sitting on a lot of gold. I don't think Dakar was too happy about this though.
I'm the only good player. Pretty obvious. Pretty obvious. I won top 2v1.
Rengar is split pushing top right now. It's a dangerous position for him to be in because he doesn't have a turret to retreat to, and he doesn't really see many of us on the mini map. I'm gonna go ahead and back to set up a kill on him. Yasuo goes in. I think he was gonna win the 1 versus 1, but then me Rakan showed up. I come in behind and they have nowhere to go.
I threw it out really far in front so they couldn't escape that way.
If Rengar's R is on cooldown and he doesn't have a turret to retreat to, generally he's not going to be able to get away even if he does a lot of fancy footwork. I don't know who laid that ward in that bush, but ideally you shouldn't be laying wards in bushes when you're trying to kill a Rengar. Of course, after killing Rengar, you need the obligatory best player in the game. The better you play and the more impact you have, the more the enemy team will get tilted and they'll start to make more mistakes. We start up a W from a far distance, weave it in between the walls, we have it behind the Trist and knock her up. Then we go straight into our E. After the kill on Trist, I stay nearby and start my recall to give our AD carry some forward vision so she doesn't get picked. We are in the driver's seat, so I decided to cancel my back and grab the Herald since it did just spawn in. 𝐒𝐿 does show up, but thank goodness I have my R so we can actually kind of fight him. We use our Everfrost, we Q him, and then we land a fatty R.
Oh my god, I got him. Wow, I didn't realize I had that much damage.
Killing 𝐒𝐿 confirmed that Rengar is indeed the best player in the game, and I think we can all appreciate that.
Only good player, me. Everyone else in this game, dog shit. Entire enemy team, fucking trash. My entire team, fucking trash.
A lot of the times on Nunu, you're more focused around Dragon Soul since Dragon Soul is an easy win con. If you are ahead, going for Heralds is a better option if you have to choose because you can wrap the game up and end it pre-30 minute. Even though AP NUNU is awesome, if you struggle to find picks in the late game, you're not going to get much value out of him. So
doesn't matter how garbage the Nunu is, he hasn't done anything special whatsoever. He just snowballs. That's it. That's what he does. Snowball.
At the end of the day, Nunu isn't that special and all you do is snowball. If you have a fed teammate who's on a split push like Yasuo, you want to mirror them and stay out of vision so the enemies will make a mistake like this. Rengar doesn't know we're here because we're hiding behind the Yasuo who he does have vision on.
Yeah, got you, bud. I just faded back to where they didn't know.
This is why you're a hard stuck piece of dog shit. Save me! Giga mid diff. You went Ignite and lost lane. You suck. Hurry up and FF, you fucking subhumans. This jungle, the easiest, most important role was wasted on this guy instead of me, who would have solo carried the game.
We're not able to end here because our team isn't grouped and I'm sitting on a lot of gold and I want to be a nice guy and put them out of their misery because I can tell they're not having the funnest time. I decided to get a Magi since we had 10 stacks on our Dark Seal and Magi's gives 10% movement speed.
Got E down. Gonna ignite him. Oh, he flashed. Bro, you need to let me swallow a minion. Yasuo was pulling the minions away from me while I was tanking it. Let's go heal back up. Oof. He didn't say jungle diff when I have like the most KP in the game. Got him.
Cause you're giga fucking dog shit at the game. Cause you're too fucking egotistical to know when someone else is better than you. Right? Vark. Wild. Wild. Doesn't matter how much better I am than the entire fucking enemy team.
Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last.